Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today is all about showing you some quick and easy hair ideas that you can create with very minimal time, very minimal effort, and very minimal tools. Some of these hairstyles can be built up depending on how much time you have to spare, and some of these hairstyles don't even require any hairstyling tools whatsoever, just the magic of your fingers. I know, mind-blowing, but I don't lie. Once you'll see what I'm talking about, you'll never walk out of the house looking like a hot mess again, or at least you won't have an excuse to do that anymore. I've got 20 running late hairstyles to show you guys, so I'm going to keep this intro short and sweet and get right into the hair tutorial. So if you constantly find yourself running late and don't have enough time to do your hair, I would highly suggest investing in a high quality barrette like this one that I have here and some high quality bobby pins. They can literally change up your hairstyle in 5 seconds or less, and they're super inexpensive. So one of my favorite ways to style my hair with a barrette is by pulling back half of my hair on one side. It's a really simple, quick and easy look that instantly gives any look some extra polish. You can also do the same side swept hairstyle with a couple of bobby pins and just cross them over in an X shape to give it a more interesting look. And this placement of the bobby pins is also going to make them more secure, so they're less likely to budge. Another way I like to use my barrette in a quick and easy hairstyle is by pulling all of my hair around my crown area up at the top and creating a beautiful half up, half down hairstyle. So the barrette that I'm using I got from Sephora, and I believe it was on sale for about $5 or so. It's a leopard print faux pony hair design and I absolutely love it. And this just goes to show that you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a beautiful hair embellishment. Another way I like to use my barrette is by pulling back these sections around my face in the back of my head. So this is another half up, half down hairstyle, but I'm leaving out some face framing pieces in the front and I'm just gathering the hair around my crown area in the back. And now I'm just using the barrette to clip down the hair that I collected in the back. I'm also going in and loosening up the hair around my crown area just because I don't like it when it's too tight and pulled back. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, so I'm just doing that to make it more effortless and give it a more relaxed vibe. Another one of my favorite quick and easy hairstyles is braiding a French braid on one side of my head. So it's kind of like a half French braided headband, if you want to call it that. And then when I get to about my ear level, I'm just taking my handy dandy barrette and just clipping away this braided section so that it is off to the side. So this is the last hairstyle I wanted to show you using my barrette, and all I'm doing is gathering a chunk of hair from one side of my face and I'm starting to twist the section upwards or away from my face. And as I'm twisting it, as you can see, I'm adding in hair from the outside of the twist and I'm repeating to twist that same section upwards until I get to the opposite side of my head. So I am essentially creating a French twist, and once I get to the opposite side of my head, I'm just clipping this piece down to the back of my head with my barrette. And notice that the clip is still in the back of my head. I don't want it to go all the way to the other side, otherwise the hair is going to stick out. And then once I've clipped it down, what I'm doing is just gently pulling on the sides of the twist just to loosen it up, and it's going to give it a lot more relaxed and bohemian vibe. I think a lot of my hairstyles in this tutorial are relaxed and bohemian. So for my next running late hairstyle, what I'm doing is just taking all of my hair and brushing it out so that my hair is smooth on top, and I'm gathering it together to tie it into a low ponytail at the nape of my neck. Once I've done that, I'm creating an opening above the hair elastic and I'm taking the entire ponytail and pulling it through the front of that opening and out through the back of the opening. And this is going to create a beautiful twist. And all I'm going to do is gently pull on the sides of the twist to loosen it up. And then I'm going to take a small section of hair from the underside of the ponytail and wrap it around the hair elastic to cover it up. And then I'm going to take a small section from the underside of the ponytail and combine it with the ends of that section that we wrapped around. And I'm just going to tie it together with a small hair elastic so that it stays secure. So in my intro for this video, I mentioned that there are some hairstyles that I'm going to show you that you can build up on one another depending on how much time you have. So this is one of those hairstyles. So if you want to build up on the previous hairstyle I just showed you, you can just take the loose ponytail that we created before and just braid it into a 3-strand braid. And then if you have a little bit more time to kill, you can create this really beautiful updo. So all I did was create an opening at the top of the braid, and then I'm taking the braid and pulling it through the opening, and I'm just doing this again and again until I can no longer wrap the braid around the bun. And once I get to that point, I'm just going to pin everything in place just to make sure that it's secure, and the result is going to be this beautiful and very, very intricate looking updo that looks like you put a lot of time into it, but you actually didn't. So 90% of the time when I'm running late, this is my go-to hairstyle, and I'll show you another 2 variations that I absolutely love as well. So all I'm doing is brushing out my hair so that it is all smooth, and then I'm tying it at the nape of my neck into a low ponytail. Once I've done that, I'm taking all of the loose hair and I'm twisting it and wrapping it around the base of the ponytail to create a beautiful twisted chignon. Once I feel like I have the shape that I like, I'm just going in and pinning it down in place with a bunch of bobby pins. So if you are a low bun girl like I am, here's another variation. So I'm just taking that ponytail and I'm braiding it into a regular 3-strand braid. And once I've done that, I'm taking the braid and wrapping it around the base of the ponytail. And again, I'm going to pin it down in place with a bunch of bobby pins until I feel that it feels secure. And my last favorite way of wearing a quick and easy low bun is by taking the ponytail and I'm braiding it into a rope braid. So all you want to do is split the ponytail into 2 sections. You want to twist both sections in one direction and then wrap them around each other in the opposite direction. So just keep repeating these steps until you get to the end of the hair that you're working with. And then you want to wrap the braid around itself at the base of the ponytail. And yeah, again, you're going to pin everything down in place with bobby pins until it feels secure and that you have the shape that you want. I also wanted to mention that I am wearing my fancy hair extensions to recreate all of these looks to give the looks a little bit more volume and length, but you can totally recreate pretty much all of these hairstyles on natural hair. So because I am wearing my clip-in hair extensions for all of these looks, you can imagine that it adds a lot more weight to my hair. So a lot of you have been asking me what kind of bobby pins I use to secure my hairstyles in place, because it looks like I have a lot of hair to work with and you're curious about how it stays in place all day. So for those of you who are asking me this question, I do use the Meta Grip bobby pins. I purchased mine on Amazon and they're so good. And another tip I wanted to give you guys was when you're putting your bobby pins into your hair, make sure that the wavy side is facing towards your head. That's also going to help them stay in much longer. So for this next hairstyle, I'm just gathering my hair into a low ponytail and I'm securing it with a couple of small hair elastics, and I'm doubling them up so that they stay more secure and they don't snap on me. So what I'm doing is just taking another couple of small hair elastics and I'm just tying them around my ponytail a couple inches below the first one, and then I'm creating an opening in the middle and I'm pulling the loose hair through that opening and out through the bottom. So once you've done that, you'll see that you've created this beautiful twist, and all I'm doing now is just gently pulling out the sides of the twist to loosen it up. Next, I'm going to tie another couple of small hair elastic, another 2 inches below the last one, and I'm going to create another opening in between that section. And this time I'm going to take the loose ends and pull them through the underside of the opening and out through the top. And this is going to create another twist, but in the reverse direction. And again, I'm going to gently pull out on the sides of the twist to loosen it up. And I'm going to create one last section at the end of the ponytail in the same direction as the first section that I created. And this super fast technique is going to create a beautiful twisted ponytail. So this is one of my favorite go-to hairstyles when I'm in a hurry and I literally don't have any time to style my hair, and the only time I have to style it is when I'm on the go. So all I'm doing is taking my hair to one side and I'm braiding it into a regular 3-strand braid. And take note that I am not untangling the ends of my braid. I want the ends to intertwine with one another, and what this is going to do is essentially create a braid in the reverse direction. So the ends will kind of tangle up and knot themselves together. So once I feel like I can't braid anymore, I'm going to take those ends and I'm going to pull them through a opening in the braid. And once I pull out the ends through the underside, it's going to create a self-knotted effect. So you have a beautiful organic braid with absolutely no hair elastics, no hair tools, no nothing, just your fingers, and that is all. So because I did show this organic braid in a couple of my recent hair tutorials, I wanted to show you another option. So recently I've really been liking using this method on a rope braid. I love rope braids. So all I'm doing is braiding a rope braid on the top half of my hair, and then once I get to the middle of the strands I'm working with, I'm taking the rope braids and I'm separating them into 3 strands, and again I'm braiding a 3-strand braid. And just like before, I'm making sure not to untangle the ends of the braid. And once I feel I can't braid anymore, I'm just taking the ends of the braid and pulling it through an opening in the braid to create a self knot. Another one of my favorite ways to create an organic braid without any hair elastics is by creating a 2-strand braid. So to create a 2-strand braid, you want to separate your working section into 2 strands. And as you can see, I'm creating an opening in the strand on the left, and I'm pulling the right strand through that opening. And I did this about 3 times. And again, I'm making sure not to untangle the ends of the braid. And I repeated this step about 3 times total. And once I feel like I can't braid anymore, I took the loose ends of the braid and I pulled them through an opening in the braid. And here I found that the knot was a little bit too loose. So I'm just taking the ends again and I'm pulling it through another opening in the braid to create a more secure knot. And then I'm just going in and pulling out on the side sections of the braid to loosen it up and make it look more intricate. So for this next running late hairstyle, all I'm doing is gathering all of the hair around my crown area. I'm separating it into 2 and tying them together into a knot. And then I'm combining the 2 loose ends together and tying them together with a small hair elastic. So this is a hairstyle that will literally take you about 10 seconds to do, and it looks very intricate and simple at the same time. It may look simple from the front, but when you walk away, girl, you be slaying. So this is another quick and easy running late hairstyle, and all I'm doing is gathering all of my hair around my crown area and I'm tying it at the back of my head with a small hair elastic. Then I'm creating an opening above the hair elastic and I'm taking the loose hair and pulling it through that opening and out through the bottom, and then pulling out on the side sections of the twist to just loosen it up. So this is another hairstyle that can be built up on. So if you have a little bit more time to kill, what you can do is pick up another chunk of hair from either side of your head and combine it in the back and tie it together with a small hair elastic, and then take the loose hair and bring it over and under the elastic to create another twisted effect, and again pull out these side sections to loosen it up a little bit. And this is going to give you a beautiful double twisted half up hairstyle. Another way I like to build up this hairstyle is gathering all of the remaining loose hair and tying it at the nape of my neck into a low ponytail. And then what I like to do is take 2 small sections of hair from the outside of the ponytail and combine them in the front of the ponytail, tie them together with a small hair elastic, and just repeat the exact same twisting technique. So I'm taking the loose ends, I'm pulling them over the small hair elastic and under, and then pulling out on the side sections to create the beautiful loose twist effect. Another option to build up on the double twisted half up hairstyle is to take all of the remaining loose hair and twist it and wrap it around itself to create a beautiful twisted chignon. And of course, I'm gonna go in with my bobby pins to pin everything down so that it feels secure. All right, my beauties, so that wraps up my 20 running late hairstyles. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found some inspiration for the next time you're running late. This just goes to show that you really don't need a lot of time to look put together. In fact, you can make yourself look put together on the go. All you need is a little bit of creativity and you're on your way. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more videos like this one. You can also follow the Fancy Hair Instagram account for daily hair inspiration inspiration and follow my personal account to see my life in little squares. Yes, because that's essentially what Instagram is, isn't it? So I'm gonna wrap this video up for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and as always, I will see you in my next video.